Hello? I don't know what episode it is, and I've been on a break. Or it's sort of, not really a break. But, in the meantime, I started working on projects and getting a few more ideas about this world. And right now I cleared out a whole bunch of area, and since the last time you've seen this world, there was not a WcDonalds here. This is something that Solus and I have been working on because while we were working on the school, we were realizing we didn't have any food and we needed leather for bookcases and stuff. So we have a little cow farm back here, right behind the right behind the McDonald's. We're gonna have a fake menu. The inside needs to get some work done. It's not 100% done, but we prioritized the cow farm first. We also have a sheep farm set up. We don't we have an idea for what building, but we're not sure. And then on my own, I've started building a dock, and the dock is going to be the boat dock from Black Lagoon. I tried finding references of it in the manga, and I couldn't find any, but also I didn't look that hard. But that relies on us getting copper blocks and then waxing them, which wax is going to be a big stepping point for that. And then on my own, I've also started working on the cliff here. I'll show you an example and probably turn on shaders too to show what it looks like with shaders on. But I was thinking of, not just thinking, and here's proof of me not thinking. I was going to make the cliff a bit more interesting looking because I also need to build a forest around the Kingdom of Science. And I wanted to do custom trees, so I needed a custom landscape to put the custom trees on. There's a lot of stuff that just happened off camera. Here it is with shaders. I haven't actually looked at this with shaders yet. There's a lot I wanted to do. Also, if you can't tell, I have enchanted diamond tools now, which I just made a single enchantment table and didn't really use it. But I wanted to check in before I started working on the forest and the cliff. I was going to try and use replay mod to show it being worked on, but I don't know how to use replay mod. It took me a bit of trouble and I still don't know how to get it to work. So just not gonna. I'm gonna finish this cliff and possibly the trees. I don't know if I'll come back in the meantime with either of those. I'm back, and I've done a whole bunch of stuff, but I wanted to first show off that the new Optifine for 1.8.2 makes this look weird and ugly. It's everywhere that something's touching the top water source. And ignore it, and when I turn on shaders, okay, now that I've clicked shaders, you can still see it. So I wonder when this will get fixed. Also, my computer fan just kicked on because of shaders. So, a few things just to start off with. I've done this. This is nothing. Opened this up a bit. Took the farm out here because I want to build a forest around this area, and I felt like the farm didn't really match. And also, looking through the manga again, that farm didn't exist next to the village. I think it was just a farm, just somewhere. And the first thing you might notice is this big block. And this is the beginning of what our dock is. So I have these little stairs going down the side here. I worked on the cliff a lot more. And this is the beginning of the dock. It's a big factory building with a dry dock. I keep saying dock. Dry dock right here. That enters the water. Then you go up the stairs to this little office from Black Lagoon. And this whole thing's from Black Lagoon, not just the office. And the original building is at sea level, so there's a big area here that would have been a part of the building if it had been at sea level, and it would have been stairs up to this room and then stairs back down to this. But in the anime, I don't think it ever showed what was in this room. plus because of how our area is, we didn't really have a place to do it. I decided to just do it like this. And right now it's quite ugly. I'm waiting for everything to get to this color. And then I'm going to wax it. And once I wax it, it should stay that color. I'm also going to make some spruce supporting beams, so it's not just solid copper. And I think it will look good soon, but right now it's sort of ugly. I think down here probably is the best looking area, the dry dock. I'm also planning on building the boat from Black Lagoon out here, just outside here in the water. And yeah, this is the new boat place, so either we can go up these stairs, and I'm thinking of putting more stairs here. Either more stairs or a ladder up the side. So that's this. Also in the last scene, I don't think I showed you the inside. Oh no, I did show you the inside of the WcDonalds, but I do want to emphasize it a bit more. Because the WcDonalds, the interior, I sort of put out these just as placeholders. But I put these out remembering the I think Mick Ronalds? Or it's Mr. Donald? I don't remember, from Gundam. Because Gundam also has a fake McDonald's. But their fake McDonald's is a little less Big M and more like a normal just restaurant. And this is how it was set up, with a sort of kitchen here, a little doorway here into a little area. So I just made it the cow farm, which I recently killed a whole bunch of cows. So yeah, it's not 100% done, but for now it's pretty good. There's probably going to be furnaces back here for food. And this will probably be our main food place. And then here, I already showed you this, the sheep farm. But the thing I haven't showed you is where this road goes. Now that we're inside, I dug out a whole bunch of this underside from underneath the school and the road. And I decided that it would just be all the temporary stuff that we don't have buildings for yet, such as sugarcane. This is where I moved the farm to, and enchanting table, which is sort of not upset, upset's the wrong word, but I was feeling stupid for having all the stuff to build this and then not building it. So I decided to build it, and there's a few ideas I have about this. If we do in the school, I don't know if I ever said that we were going to build a library. If we do end up building a library, this will definitely go in there. But if not, we'll probably build some sort of wizard thing. I can't think of many anime with wizards, but we'll figure that out. But just decided that this would be a temporary area until we have real places for stuff. Can't think of much else. Oh yeah. I also redid the path here. Now I'm just finding anything to talk about. Redid the path here, and I wanted to show off the cliffs one time, with and without shaders. Here we are. This is what the cliffs look like. I'm pretty happy with them. I think there could be a bit more blending between where the grass is and the wall. I'm not really sure how to do that. Also needs to be worked on over there. I think that's looking pretty decent. It's definitely going to keep the same shape, this sort of barn. I don't really know what you'd call it. Factory building. It's going to have, the door is going to sort of go in a little bit tighter here. And then it's going to have a angled roof. Wow. That's pretty amazing looking. Okay, here's the cliff. We definitely need to light it up too. But we have the cliffs. We have this. One of the plans we have is to make a big island here for the, I think, Ishigami village from Dr. Stone. This will be a project that happens a bit later. It's going to be right around here. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to make a cliff. So we can just imagine coming up here to our port, going right here. This big ugly spot. This ugly dry dock right here. I'm also going to put stairs so you can pull in here. And also in all the images I could find, there's also a wooden dock that comes off the corner of this and goes out into the ocean, which I think is from another episode. I don't know if it's the same dock, but there's another dock. Oh no, it wouldn't be the same dock. But there's a wood dock that comes off this dock that I want to build too, which would also work as a good place for the boats. Okay, I'm back, and I've done bushes, and I've done these trees, and right now I'm looking at these trees, and I can't say I like them too much. They're a bit wompy. I don't know. That's a new word. They're a bit, okay, asymmetrical. They're a bit too heavy on one side, not enough on the other. The tree stem, or tree, whatever this is called, trunk, a little too thin, and these are all the same height. I definitely need to make some taller ones and some shorter ones. Definitely want to put more bushes in, and more leaves. This is all the same type of leaf. I need to mix in a few different leaves. I have birch leaves and spruce leaves. I don't think I'll use spruce leaves, but I'll definitely use birch. And I'll also work on getting azalea leaves. And then a few other progress updates. As in a few, I think it's just one. I added a little boat here from, you can barely see this in the images from Black Lagoon. But there's sort of an image from right here. Sort of right here more. And, I mean, you can't see it right now, but if you were to, like, right about here, this is about what the image looked like. Which I think is pretty good. Pretty accurate. There's a few, like, detail stuff, like, I want to put barrels on the sides of this and underneath here. Also, I don't know if I showed it in the last scene, I pretty much got this all done. All I need to do is put in windows. There's going to be a big window there, probably windows here. I don't know if it's from the anime, but it feels right. Put some windows in here. There's a front window. A few other things. I mean, this room also has to be decorated, as shown by the sign. And then the outside, kind of boring looking. I mean, it is a big metal, sheet metal building. It's not supposed to be the most beautiful building on the planet, but definitely do think I could use more spruce, some spruce trap doors to add some detail, especially when I put the windows in. And in a lot of the reference images, there's big air ducts and stuff, which will probably be made out of more copper, which, it'll add some depth to the build. Okay, welcome back to the next clip. And I wanted to show off our town from above. Did a bit of effort on the forest. I might build one or two trees just to show what type of trees I did, but I mixed birch, oak, and azalea leaves to really make the forest not just solid color. I don't know if the cliff was finished. I do know I did some of that, but I don't know if it was before or after the last clip. The dock is pretty much done. The inside needs to be done, and there's a few windows, and there's a few other things that have been updated, and I'll show them to you. First, starting with this guy right here. Let me get down. And we got I think Dynamax? I don't know if it's Dynamax or Gigamax. We got a Dynamax Meowth that Solus built in the water to overlook our town with some glowing eyes. I can show it to you at night, but this is it with shaders. It looks Omega, or Dyna? Dyna's not really the same as Omega or something, but it's Dyna. It's a Dynamax Meowth. And, yeah. More about what I did, as I'm sure Solus is going to do a video about this, about his build. He plans to do a tail and feet soon. That has not been built yet. I was going to talk about my forest, because I built it. And, yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. It's a good disconnect from the Kingdom of Science, and the rest of our stuff. Because, of course, the Village of Science is sort of secluded in a forest in Dr. Stone. So to have it right next to a town would kind of be weird. So I'm still going to build a forest, and it's going to come out here all the way up to the road here. And all the way over here, and probably up the hill a bit. But I wanted to talk about some other things I've done. There's not much that's changed in there. We did the underground over here. There's been some cow farming, sheep farming, and similar stuff. What's happening here? Did I? Shit. I hit the... No! I don't know why that Enderman loves those sheep so much. I don't know how... It's just such a weird spot for the Enderman to always spawn. No. Okay. I think I've got everything. So, we have these farms going at full. I think I've showed all this. Sugarcane farm and a wheat farm. But what I haven't shown yet is Solus showed me a skeleton spawner. And we have this all set up. I've been sort of working at it slowly. But we can't think of what to build here. We were thinking of a dungeon floor, but there's not many anime that have really unique, interesting dungeon floor levels. Another one that I think is probably the first one we're going to do, unless you guys have ideas from shows we haven't watched, or shows maybe we have watched and forgotten. But in Konosuba, they go into a dungeon where they meet a lich, which of course skeleton spawner and liches work pretty well together. And if I remember right, it's just a normal room, which would allow us to put an enchantment table and storage and stuff and make it just look like a little room in here. And then possibly make an actual dungeon. For right now, it did show that it did look like we went through the underside of the overpass, or over the underside of the cave, but actually it goes all the way up to the closet of the school and the nurse's office, which I think is funny because it's like skeletons in the closet. But we should probably find another spot, and I have yet to rewatch Konosuba's episode where they go meet the lich. But I'm thinking we'll make another elevator back here and build the lich cave back here. Next episode. For right now, this is the end of the episode, unless I can get extra footage of me building a tree. A custom tree over there in my forest. And I might make that a silent time lapse to end the episode. That's probably what I'm going to do. So, thank you for watching. And here's a time lapse of me building a tree.